welcome to Your Great Human Adventure, a video series of short videos to help you master 4 superpowers of the Great Human Adventure. I'm Dr. MichellePeticolas, founder of Second Chance Secrets and Secrets of Life and Death. And today I'm going to be talking again about the superpower of the body. In childhood, you develop patterns of behavior to keep you safe, to help survive your childhood. Not because your parents are necessarily bad, although they might be, but because parents make mistakes. Parents repeat the mistakes of their parents. And children have very specific needs that are often not provided for. Yes, food, clothing, shelter, but also nurturance, love, and attention, and safety. And oftentimes those last ones are the ones that are neglected. Maybe you have parents that are having a lot of arguments all the time. That's undermining that child, your feeling of safety, if that's you. If the parents are a little narcissistic or self-involved, or maybe they have too many children, or maybe they're just overwhelmed, or they're too young, then they are not able to give the love to their children that their children need. Sometimes parents go into having children because they want love. They're looking for love. And when they don't get the love from their children, because that's not the job of the child, then they withdraw their love or they feel rejected. So the 2 patterns that I talked about last time were the controller and the pleaser. I already mentioned that in the case of the pleaser is very concerned about getting people's love and attention, and they try and figure out what it is that those other people want. And they're very concerned about being perfect, because if you aren't perfect, you might not get the love you want. Can you relate to that? Have you ever felt like you just can't get it right? You try so hard to please somebody, and no matter what you do, it's never enough. That's the sign of the pleaser. And when the pleaser puts a lot of work into trying to please somebody and it doesn't pay off, it often results in anger. Now you see, this is not a good dynamic for a great human adventure. Ultimately, what the pleaser needs to learn is how to please themselves, how to love themselves, so that they stop putting all their effort out into the world to get love outside of themselves. Often, however, the pleaser is so busy running around pleasing everybody that they aren't even aware. It's only when suddenly they've finished all their work and they have nothing to do, it's like, oh my gosh, what now? Or, oh my gosh, it didn't work. And then they get angry, right? Because it didn't work out. As I said, the pleaser needs to learn how to love themselves and trust themselves and be confident in themselves so that they no longer need the approval of others. Now, the controller is very different. The controller actually has quite a bit of competence because in order to survive a chaotic or dangerous family, they develop a lot of skills and capacity. They get rewarded in the fact that they survive by figuring out things, how to do stuff, how to take care of themselves. The problem is that they often have trouble with relationships. They don't trust relationships. If they loved their parents and their parents were violent or cruel or hurtful, then they lose their trust. And so they have trouble opening up to love. In fact, sometimes too much love is fearful because they're afraid it's going to be taken away. So what they need to learn is how to open up. And sometimes you can't just do it yourself. You need somebody, an outside guide, to see, hear, and perceive you, to really feedback what they see about you. And that's why you might want to work with a coach if you're not already working with a coach. These 2 patterns can hold you back from success in relationships with a controller or in business or work or your purpose, if you would like to have a conversation with me, a 15 to 20 minute conversation, reach out to me. Go to a very quick scheduler, meetwithdrmichelle.com, and doctor is just Dr. Michelle.com, and let's have a conversation. Also, you might want to subscribe to these videos so that you won't miss any of them. And there's a button on below this video in which you can subscribe.